Hello and welcome to another episode of Real PR. Today with me, Lauren. I'm joined by friend and colleague at Scott Media here. We've been working with Dave Southby for a few years now. We're just talking about how long. So I'm going to talk to Dave and we're going to get updates since the last time he came and visited us.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm Dave. So I'm the founder and managing director of Southby Co Financial Planning. We are a wealth management business based in Swindon. I remember the last time I came on this podcast, I said Rawton, and then your Fiona kept reminding me that not many people know where Rawton is.
Yeah.
So we're gonna expand the reach
Swindon.
just a little bit. Based in Swindon. I founded the business in 2021. So this will be our fifth year this year, which is great that we're still here.
Yeah, absolutely. Financial advisor is possibly a term that people will have an idea maybe what they think it is, but can you break that down for a little bit about the things that you guys do at Southby Co?
So that's a very wide question. I think a lot of people think that financial advisors deal with investments, pensions, life insurance. There's a kind of a sort of a branch off from that, which is mortgage advice. But I guess we do far more. Financial advisors in general do far more than just that. We kind of help coach people through their money, help people make sense of it. A lot of people have a lot of stress and anxiety about their finances, and actually working with an advisor can kind of make sense of all of that. Making sure that you're doing the best that you possibly can with your money. I guess one of the nicest way or best ways to describe it is that I take some of people's best and worst phone calls that they'll ever make. We have the phone calls where they say, do you know what, I'm going to gift my children some money, or I'm buying my first home. But also at the other end, we also have people ring us, and we are almost one of the first people that they call when they've been diagnosed with something or a loved one's passed away, and we're kind of that emotional support as well as that financial support in the background. We just use investments and the pensions and kind of all the other kind of products to help people sort of achieve their goals.
When you first started, it was just you doing it yourself.
Yeah.
When you came on the podcast, I think if I look back, you were just taken on your first employee.
Yeah.
We're a couple of years further down the line now, Dave. Tell us about your team.
Yeah, we are. Yeah. So we're now a team of 6. So I think last time I was on the podcast, Claire was just about to join. But there was only 2 of us at the time. And then sort of fast forward 18 months, and now there's 6 of us. So last year we went through a massive kind of recruitment drive. We wanted to have another financial advisor, so obviously we took on Jenny. Jenny has gone through all of her training. Now she's being able to go and see clients, which is brilliant. We then also wanted to have take on an apprentice as well. Again, giving back and helping the next generation is really important to us. So Christina joined the team, and I realised that the team was probably getting a little bit big for me to manage. So then Deanna kind of soon followed, which is now our office manager. So we're still a relatively small team, but actually that's really nice. And all of our clients kind of have communication from all of us. So actually, it's nice to have that additional support for obviously for me as a business owner, but also for our clients as well.
It's nice that they get to make a relationship and sort of build that with the whole team, because you're not just them walking into an office and you only talk to one person. You don't really know anybody else in the company. And saying that, they are walking into an office.
Yeah. So we moved offices, but then as I said, we've now just been kind of given notice on it. So I remember last time I was speaking to Fee about trying to find our sort of forever home, and we'd found a place which was really suitable. It was great, but it wasn't obviously meant to be for the long run. So unfortunately we've been sort of given notice on that. So that's absolutely fine. Everything happens for a reason.
Yeah,
So
I'm a believer in that.
Absolutely. And actually we're at a size where we were on top of each other. we moved into the office and there was 5 desks and there was only me and Neil and Claire. So we were like, I've got loads of room. But now there's 5 desks and 6 of us. So actually, it's probably just the natural time for us to kind of move and expand.
Yeah.
So we're currently on the hunt for that.
On the hunt for your forever home.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Watch this space.
And at the same time as moving office, so I feel like it all happened around the same time. It was sort of a couple of months. You rebranded too.
Yes, we did. Yeah. So we went from Dave Southby Financial Planning to Southby Co Financial Planning. That only happened like this time last year, but it just feels like forever ago. We rebranded because I think it was just a nice reflection that it wasn't me anymore, and it wasn't just me, and it was nice to just reflect that growth that we were having within the business and the people that were in the business as well. The kind of Anco bit, I know it's only kind of a little bit of a small nod, but it just means that hopefully people can see that actually there are other people within within the business, and it's a bit of a sort of an old sort of school name with the sort of Anco, but I kind of really like history, and there's obviously, especially around Swindon, there's lots of kind of names from the sort of industrial revolution. A lot of people were Thingy and Co, something and Co. So I kind of, it's a bit of a little nod to the kind of history of the area, but also to represent the the team growing at the same time.
Yeah, it's lovely. There's been a real rapid growth, I think, when I think about and looking back at the different things that have happened. Especially, I was looking back at the podcast to see sort of what position you were in last time you came on.
Yeah.
You have had a fairly rapid growth with that.
Yeah, I mean, it's a bit, we were talking before, and you don't realise how much you've done until you actually listen back to something like that, and then you realise, oh wow, actually, I've done that, and I've done this, and oh yeah, that happened, and so we've had a lot happen in a very short period of time, and I think sometimes you get caught in it, but it's been a whirlwind, but it's been great.
Yeah. So plans for 2026. We've just obviously put a story out fairly recently about your plans for your community work that you're doing. And you've since the last time we spoke, you've won awards for that.
Yeah.
You hadn't won any awards at that point.
No,
and now
I
you've been
hadn't.
very well recognised for your good community work.
About time.
Absolutely.
About time, yeah. So I'm at 2 now. Enough two awards. So I mean, someone once said you need 3 to be multi-award winning, apparently.
Oh,
which is
nice
really but you need 3 to be multi. So I'm just kind of, I'm stuck in the middle, I guess. So just award winning. But yeah, so we won the Positive Business Award at the Business Exchange Awards, and then also we won the St James's Place Responsible Business of the Year Award, which we were really proud of because sort of St James's Place is a sort of massive network around the UK, and there are some very big businesses within that, and they all do incredible work. So for us to be sort of recognised in such a short period of time was really special for us, which was great. So onwards, upwards. We're big believers and just wanted to just keep giving back, getting involved in more local projects, and getting involved with local charities, and then maybe another announcement further on into the year.
That sounds exciting.
So yes, there is something that we're working on in the background, which we are very, very excited about. But we will be announcing that and launching that further down the line.
Very exciting.
So yeah.
Talk to me about the charity that you've chosen as your charity of the year.
So this year the charity was Wiltshire Treehouse. So for Wiltshire Treehouse is a charity that specialises in bereavement for sort of children and young people. So whether they've lost a parent or a significant figure in their life. As a parent myself, I just think that that's just an incredible charity. It being local as well, so we just thought, it kind of aligned with us wanting to just get behind them and, like we normally do, raise money for them, but also try and raise awareness for them as well, because, there's so many amazing charities that do so many amazing things, and, if you had a limited time and budget, you'd almost have all of them, but yeah, Wiltshire Treehouse this year is the one that we've picked because of just all the incredible work that they do for so many young people around Wiltshire.
From the time that you started your business, you've always really focused on giving back to the community and charitable work. Why is that so important to you?
I just think it's always, I don't know, it's always just been ingrained in me. I think that I've always enjoyed and loved being part of the community that I've grown up in.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that to kind of keep that going, you have to do your bit when you get to that point to continue these kind of trends and traditions. And, again, so my son's sort of 20 months now. I think back then he was sort of 11 weeks. So, things change, don't
Yeah.
they? But now, I'm looking at him and he's growing up fast, and I'm thinking to myself, well, what sort of community does he want to grow up in? Yeah, we just want to just do the right thing, I think, for, as a business, we've always wanted to do the right thing for our clients, but also, for the local community. And as a business, we feel that a business in the community should be part of the community. And part of that means being able to give back to it as well.
Mm. Was there a crazy challenge attached to that this year? You did a massive walk last year.
Yeah.
Dressed as a turtle?
Yes. That won't be happening again.
That won't be?
No.
Okay.
That was a mistake. I mean, it was great, but at the time, it was it was hard work.
Yeah.
But actually, we raised, I think, £3,500. So do you know what? I don't mind dressing like that if we raise that much money. Like, it's worth it.
Yeah.
So yeah, we are going to be doing another challenge later on in the year.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to do another walk. We're going to be doing it through the sort of centre of Wiltshire. Again, that bit of a nod in terms of where the charity kind of supports its users. So, but we're not sure whether we're going to do anything too crazy just yet.
I think you filled it last year.
Yeah. I don't know how to top it. That's the thing. Like, you kind of, you want to just do better every single year. And then you get to a year and you do something which is just completely mad. And then you go, well, okay, I don't know how I'm going to do this now. I don't know how I'm going to beat this.
Yeah.
So, but, I guess one of the big things one of the reasons why we do these kind of big crazy walks is to raise awareness for the charity. The raising money part is amazing. And obviously that's what we encourage people to do. But actually raising awareness for the charity is just as important. So we're hoping that, regardless of kind of whatever we do, we're still going to be able to kind of do that, which is just be able to, raise awareness and hopefully a lot of money for the charity. Yeah,
and we raise a lot of visibility around it. Naturally you do when you're raising money for charities. And obviously we like to put stories out about it. We share lots of news about the amazing things that you guys are doing. Why do you think being visible is important to a business like you?
Obviously we've spoken about this loads, haven't we? And it's for a business like us. I mean, I started working with Fee probably within the first 12 months of us kind of becoming a business, and I think it's the story behind what we do and the message behind what we do, which is the most important part of this, of our marketing. We can put out in lots of different forms kind of what we do, and we do pensions and investments, and we can kind of list everything, and but actually PR and what we've done with Scott Media actually tells the story of why we are doing it and who we are, without really kind of being that sort of company which is okay, we do this and we do, list and everything. So for me it was always really important to do it that way, because it's a much nicer approach, I think, and I think that people get to know kind of us individually or us as a business more so than any other way.
So I've noticed that obviously we met actually at a networking event.
Yes.
You'd been working with Fiona, but me and you physically met at a networking event, and networking was a massive part of the beginning part of your business and how you're getting out there. Has that changed? Is that the same? What do you think now?
It's still the same. It's harder when you get busier.
Yes.
I think that's the biggest part. It's as your business grows, networking is part of your marketing. It's part of the marketing mix. So it's great to get out there. It's great to see people, but you can only give you so much of your time and so much of your resources to, well, anything really, I guess. So I still do networking, but luckily, obviously now I've got Jenny on board, so I've kind of pushed Jenny out into into the various networking groups. So now she's going out and doing sort of the networking that I did when I was when I first started. It means that I can spend a little bit more time focusing on sort of other areas. But I still think it's really important, even if it's just to kind of get out and have a chat with other business owners and realize that actually you're not on your own, and a lot of these problems are shared across different industries. Everyone has the same sort of pain points, so that's quite nice to just have that community to be part of. So I still think networking is really important for us, but I'm just encouraging. I'm, very fortunate to be in a position where I can get other people to.
Yeah.
I can encourage other people to do it.
I think that's a bit of what happens here at Scott Media too.
Yeah.
Fiona
Sort of I saw that.
covers her area and the groups that she's been part of, and I now get to sort of spread that a little bit further. So we're not just in Swindon.
You'll have your time where you can then get someone else to do it.
That's it. But I don't mind it too much. It's like you sort of touched on a little bit there. When you've got other things going on, it's really difficult to fit that in. And I think part of then becoming a parent and fitting that in around everything else. How have you felt that's changed? Has it changed your perspective at all on anything since becoming a parent in your business?
I think it definitely does, and you're going to appreciate this. For me, it's hard to, especially as your business grows and you get busier. It's hard to try and juggle it. You want to be 100% for everyone, and everyone's human. So you're going to get days where you can't be 100% for, or you're at 100, you're at 70%, but that is 100% of what you can do that day. And you got to try and balance. You want to be there all the time. So with Stanley, I get home sometimes, and there is work that I have to do, but I also want to spend time with him. So sometimes it is really hard to be able to have to try and juggle it. So I have got better at putting in boundaries. I've got better at going, okay, well, no, this is family time now, so it seems to be working quite well. But it's still hard, and I guess you obviously you know it as well from your own experiences.
It's really nice too. I think it helps build those relationships with people, which you obviously do at networking. And there's sometimes a bit of a pressure that you feel like you need to really sell yourself. I try to look at it at a way of building relationships and getting to know people. And that's something that I've actually found I've been able to really connect with people over, because it's shared experience. Yeah. And it's generally a very similar experience, especially when you're working for yourself or running your own business. Yeah. Something that I left the corporate world on purpose to get away from that.
Yeah, absolutely.
So for Southby Co in 2026, you've got exciting things coming, which you're going to announce later on. Yeah. Other things for sort of visibility that you've sort of done in the past. Awards, are we looking to become multi-award winning?
Yeah. Well, I need to get this third one. I've got to.
You need that title.
I do. Everyone wants that title, don't they? So yeah, no, we're gonna look at some awards. We've entered and we're a finalist in the Professional Advisor Awards in the the Southwest Advisor Firm of the Year sort of category for the second year in a row.
Brilliant, congratulations!
So we're really proud of that. That's been announced in March, so fingers crossed. We are up against some incredible businesses across the Southwest. So, to even just be a finalist is amazing for us. But yeah, we're going to have a look and see what other awards that we've got going on. Looking more so probably for industry awards, it's nice to be kind of recognised within the industry for the work that we do, particularly in sort of community, and our sort of giving back ethos as well. Yeah. That really seems to stand out against sort of other people within the industry, which is really great for us, and really nice to be seen as a kind of leader within that sort of area. We've got to try and find a new office, and so it's got to be a new office. Hopefully the Forever Home. We've got a couple of other sort of partnerships that we're going to be announcing. So I think one of them is with the Berkshire and Wiltshire Canal Trust. So again, they're doing quite a lot of work locally within the parish of Wroughton, South Swindon. So again, we're restoring about 73 miles of canal, and again, we want to be part of that. So we've got a partnership with them, and have got a couple of other things which are going to be coming up fairly soon, which I don't want to.
Don't
spoil.
Don't spoil
just
it. No,
yet.
absolutely. Yeah. And I think I believe you might still be doing them. You're still going to carry on with your drop-in sessions.
Yeah,
they're
absolutely.
really good for your local community, aren't
we did
they?
one Friday.
Did you?
Well, in the end of January.
Yeah.
So yeah, of course we are. And actually, do you know what? They're such good fun.
Yeah.
Because people now, we've got to the point where people are asking for them, and they are. I think everyone that comes to them are so appreciative of just being able to just drop in and just ask to them it's a really big question, but actually it's just maybe just one question, but it's something which is potentially playing on their mind, or and they just need to understand it. So so we're still doing those. We'll be doing once a quarter. And then we're going to look maybe at seeing if we can do them in other locations as well. Obviously, at the moment, we're still doing them in the Rawton Community Centre, but they seem to be getting quite a lot of reach. So yeah, we will continue them as long as there is a demand for it, and as long as kind of people are still wanting that sort of support, we're carrying on doing it.
Lovely. I just want to finish off then on one question, and the podcast is called PR Not BS because there is an awful lot of BS that people might think or assume about PR. In your industry and in your world, is there something similar? Is there something that people maybe make an assumption about, a bit of BS that you maybe just want a myth bust, perhaps?
I think probably the biggest one is that people think you need lots of money to work with a financial advisor, and that is a complete myth.
Okay.
So you don't need to be rich or have lots and lots of money to work with a financial advisor. A financial advisor is there to look at your situation and your goals and help you achieve that. And actually that is unique to everyone. So it doesn't matter where you are in life, or how much money you think that you have or haven't. Working with or reaching out to a financial advisor is a really worthwhile exercise, because they're going to help and sort of point you in the right direction.
That's a good myth to bust.
So
excellent. If people want to know a bit more about you and your team, Dave, how do they get into contact with you?
So you can either go on to our website, which is southbyfp.co.uk, or you can have a look at us on social media. We're on Facebook and on the gram. We're on Instagram. Yeah, absolutely. That was fairly new.
I've seen some good videos as well coming up on your socials.
It's working.
It's
working.
It is
working. So obviously we're trying to build that up. I'm not great with Instagram, to be honest. So that's a work in progress. But yeah, so you can find us on there. So it's again Southby FP, which is Southby sort of Financial Planning, or go onto our website.
Brilliant. Thank you very much for talking to me today. Maybe we'll get you on in another couple of years and see how big an office you've had to need by then.
Yeah. No, thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you for joining us today on another episode of Real PR. I hope you've enjoyed our conversation today and hope to see you soon.